Wednesday 25th, 2:55 p.m. This is a look of a very broken, wounded person who is I've got a migraine and excruciatingly sore neck, so I'm in lots of physical pain right now, but just in a lot of emotional grief. And I just want to show you, so it's 3 o'clock and I'm still in my PJs, alright? Been in my PJs all day, and I've had a big day of trying to work through physical pain. I've been doing a lot of praying. I've had a couple of really good phone calls that have been very helpful. One of them was my lawyer. Finally got back in contact, the legal aid lawyer. So I had a really good conversation with that woman about where to go from here, what processes to take, and that's very helpful. And I also had a very awesome conversation with one of my best friends, Desi, and we were able to discuss many elements of various processes of how to move forward. And I actually received a text message from my wandering husband, who has deigned to bother to tell me where he is and to get in contact and to declare a few things and state a few things. And I'm feeling very tempted to copy and paste his text message onto my YouTube to get your viewpoints of his text message, because there's every single sentence in it almost has a different energy, or almost like a different person was writing it. And I did copy and paste and send it to 3 of my friends to get their viewpoints on how they think I should respond, even if I respond at all. I don't need to respond. I don't feel like I have to respond, but if I choose to respond, what would be the best direction? Because there's too many different tangents in this text message to just focus on one. And the message that I want to write, I want it to be the most godly of all. I want it to be one that actually creates the best outcome for growth and moving forward. And so, pretty broken right now, And at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because I don't have any appointments today, so I was always planning on waking up early and just gun-hoing and getting into this, getting on top of this house to turn it into a home. As many of you know, it's overwhelming me. That I've scraped the plaster off the floor, but I've got a bit more plastering to touch up there. You know, I've got to do the fourth coat here, and make that really neat. Just areas like that need to be neatened up. This is the sort of the final bit really of in here. I did do some work in here. That's right, I worked late last night. I was going to say it was early this morning. So, I've gotten onto the inside of in here finally. So that's good, and I've done up the top there, but I've still got to do around the tops of there. I've run out of plaster, I don't have any money for 2 days. I was supposed to come tomorrow, but it's coming the day after. And that upset me as well, And, but this room here is pretty much ready to be sanded, and first coat of, got a bit more plastering to do down here to level this area out, because that's a gyprock and that's a chipboard there. That was the old kitchen, so that's close enough. And I woke up not well, migraine. That's Vision Christian Radio. Just not well. I just want to get on top of it all. This is almost getting there, as I shared to you yesterday. Got to do the sanding of all the mastics. As you can see, it's all rough. I've got to sand that back. Then I can do the first. Oh, look at that. Okay, you ready? Can you see it? That's an odd-looking little buggy bug, isn't it? Bright red with blue wings. Get the library set up so I can start doing my set up my computer. And yeah, just guys, I'm just. This is what it looks like when you're really broken and it's hard. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and a bit's happened today. I mean, constructive stuff regarding feeling. But my therapist yesterday said if I go into deep grief, if I fall into deep grief, it's not actually me healing. So prior to that, I used to think, oh, if you're crying and you just feel the feeling that must be releasing something, but she doesn't think so. So it's about the 5 senses all morning. It's about just seeing where I am, making sure I'm aware of what I can see, what I can hear, what I can feel, massaging my vagus nerve, which is interesting because that's where all my pain is, from the top of the back of my head all the way down my shoulder, the amygdala. Actually, I'm wondering if that's what some of this is about. Maybe this headache is about releasing from yesterday's therapy session. I didn't realise that, actually. It is painful. I'm doing a lot of acceptance of, and that message from my husband today, it's just ridiculous. This guy's all over the place, He says 8 different things in one message after 2 months of not being in communication. My friend says she constructed this most amazing message that I can tweak, and I love the way she writes. She's the best friend ever. And but people's, so this is the outside of the library. This is the deck. I really want you to pray. If you wish to, please pray for me. Pray for me. I'm not well. I'm physically run down. I've been dealing with physical issues now for a really, really long time. I've had neck pain and shoulder pain for so long. I can't remember when I wasn't in pain. And sometimes it's worse than others, but it always hurts. And my vertigo has been really, really full on for so long now. I can't remember when I didn't have vertigo. I've got this headache and it's like a migraine, and the house is overwhelming me. I just feel so overwhelmed by everything, by all my responsibilities. Just everything's again on top of me. My finances, my plodding along, just want to see this house to be a home. And I've got another week or so of just plod. But every day I'm not in action. There's one day less before it's beautiful. And that stresses me out. And the last thing that I need is to be stressed. So I have to go, oh, okay, well, you just got to rest. You can't do anything but rest if you've got vertigo and headache, right? But at the same time, it's like one day extra where I don't have my library set up. I don't have my office desk set up. I don't have my access to my computer. I can't get on top of really important things. I can't get this kitchen. One day extra where the kitchen's not organised and I can't make my healthy juices easy, or this. It's 22. It's a loop. So right now, what I'm about to do is force myself to work, even though I've got a blinding headache. I'm going to force myself to probably work on that library, because I think that might even be more important than the kitchen in some ways. I don't know what's more important. Everything just seems, kitchen and the library and the garden, they all seem as important as each other. Ouch. And I just, but I think I'll work on the library. And then I think once I've got that, because the other thing is once I've got the library set up, that second bedroom, that's got all the office stuff in it at the moment and a lot of the kitchen stuff in it, that's a room I can rent out and get some money for. And then the outdoor guest room I'm going to keep for my builder friend when he turns up, because he snores. He's a really loud snorer, so I don't want him next door. But also I was thinking for when my husband comes back, he can live in the guest room. That can be his space until such time as just charging the phone up, until such time we can re-court, get to know someone, do lots of counselling, lots of study, and then upon the recommitment ceremony, then we can become a married couple proper, only upon a recommitment ceremony, if that ever happens, if he ever comes back, okay? But if he does come back, I'm keeping the guest room for him, which is why I want to keep this room for a guest. Or he could go in that room when it's set up, and then I set up the guest room for tenants. But either or, I need this second room organised for when my friend Desi comes up. She wants to do weekly Bible study with me and come and help me out with my house. So I just want to have a nice space. So library, I'm going to do the library, guys. I'm going to focus on the library. And sorry, that was just my vertigo. When I post this video, if I post it, it'll be later tonight. And when you get it, when you read it, if you feel to, there's two things I request. Share my YouTube if you feel to, and get my subscriptions up, because upon me getting a certain amount of subscriptions, I can become monetized, and then I can start getting paid for my YouTube channel, and that would be very helpful. Two, most importantly, pray. Please pray for my well-being, pray for my vindication, pray for my ability to really be of full service to God and God's glory for me, and to be able to keep maintaining this property, to get it to be an environment where I can do good work here. You know, can have weekly Bible study groups here, can have, get the therapy groups up and running. All is well, everyone. All is well. God's blessings, okay?